Hey everyone, it's Cass here again on Transform Your Life, and I am still getting over my cold, so hang in there with me if I have a hard time. In this video, I was led to talk about narcissistic projection. That is something that if we're not aware of it and we don't know how to respond, matter of fact, more appropriately said, if we don't know how to ignore this form of projection, it can impact us and our ability to manifest really beautiful things in our life. So, the form of projection that I'm talking about in this video today, it is when you are tapping into your expansive, godlike energy and you're using manifestation tools, right? You're learning how to manifest. You're learning how to use your conscious faculties, such as your imagination, to think about, picture in your mind, visualize in your mind what you want to experience for yourself. Yesterday I used the word fantasize, right? So sitting there thinking about what it is you want to experience for yourself in life. A narcissistic mentality will observe that, see that, and be like, oh, that's so childish. That is so childish, that she's wasting her time. That is so, like, what a waste of time. How childish. I don't even believe that works. So why is this a form of projection, okay? For a narcissistic mentality to call a conscious manifestor, right? Someone who is deliberately recreating their reality. Why is this a form of projection for a narcissistic mentality to call these kinds of people involved in manifestation work immature? Well, one, a narcissistic mentality shows up in the world to be very emotionally and mentally immature, right? They're not expansive mentally. They're not expansive in their emotions. They don't feel into the emotional experience. They don't feel into the body. All these things that I'm describing are actions that are healing and transformative. So when you are tapping into your healing abilities, your creative abilities, your manifestation abilities, right? And you are working to transform and create, what you're doing is you're taking responsibility. You are tapping into your ability to respond to the fact that you can change your life circumstances. This is actually a very mature action that you are taking place in, is to, one, experiment, get into action. It's action oriented. You are running experiments to see if this stuff that I'm telling you actually works. And if you're doing it right, you're gonna see incentive. You're going to see progress. And a narcissistic mentality doesn't receive or experience incentive or progress because they sit back, they ruminate up in their logical mind. They don't get down into the body, into the emotions. They don't take action. They don't take self-loving action. They don't believe in themselves. This is how a narcissistic mentality functions. So when they see someone else who is believing in themselves and also tapping in to their childlike energy, their childlike self, big difference from immature energy. Childlike energy is close to source energy. When you're tapping into source energy, that's when you are tapping into the God-like energy, and children are the least programmed with BS. All right, they have the least amount of self-limiting beliefs, so they are actually closer to source energy, okay? In a lot of ways, they are more mature than people who have had more time on this planet to be programmed by our current dysfunctional, unhealthy society, right, in every way. So we need to understand and make the distinction between someone who is immature and someone who is childlike. And when you are working to create in your life what it is that you want to experience, if you are sensitive to what people say and are thinking around you, which is a beautiful gift. Sensitivity is a beautiful gift. I highly encourage you to keep what you're doing to yourself as you develop balance between having a thin skin and a strengthened, toughened skin, okay? Because we have to come into balance. We have to integrate. We need to become aware of when to embrace and tune into our sensitivity, and then know when it's appropriate to lean and move more energetically toward having a little bit more of a thick skin, right? When it's appropriate to have a thick skin. So if you're working on creating that balance for yourself, I highly, highly encourage you to keep what you are doing to yourself, because most people are very narcissistic when it comes to this, okay? On my channel, I don't speak in terms of binaries. I don't say the narcissist or the non-narcissist. Yes, the non-narcissist, the narcissist or the empath, or the narcissist and the codependent, okay? Because we have to understand this is energy. There is no, this person is a narcissist and this person is not a narcissist, okay? That doesn't exist. Everyone has been socialized to embody levels of narcissism and dysfunctional patterns of behavior, whether they be conscious or subconscious, and everyone has been socialized to be on the receiving end of that in a lot of ways, okay? So I'm speaking in terms of energy. It's an energetic state, okay? So let me tune in and see if there's anything else that my guides want me to share. Okay, so I'm being asked to reiterate, just to really bring this home, to reinforce this. If you are experiencing projection, when you are having the courage to be different, to take responsibility, so you're responding to your ability to tell yourself a different story, right? To show up in the world differently than others, as to self-love at the same time, because just positive focus and telling yourself a different story alone isn't going to work. You have to learn how to self-love as well, and all the ways that a person will need to show up in the world as to self-love and do their shadow work and heal their childhood wounds. If you are doing that work, that is so different than what the masses are doing. And so when you show up differently, a narcissistic mentality will respond to that a lot of the time and say, you are being immature. You are being childish. And this is also an aggression towards children, right? This is an aggression towards children, because to be childlike is so beautiful, and I'm here to tell you, if you want to reverse the aging process, one of the ways I have integrated my energies to reverse the aging process to where I don't age and I'm never going to age. And the more I do this work, the more youthful I will become over time. I want you guys to notice this as you watch me here on Transform Your Life. The more you integrate your mature, adult-like energy, let me rephrase this. The more you are integrating your childhood self, your childlike self, with your grown, more experienced self, the more you integrate those two aspects of yourself and you come into balance and you know when to have fun and be playful and fantasize and create and use your imagination to create what you desire, and then you know when to step out of that energy and you're stepping into other energies. Give me just a moment. When you're stepping into the other aspect of yourself that is more what people would classify as adult-like, okay? And you're showing up in the world to take care of your responsibilities and, you know, be really focused, right, on things that we as adults need to take care of, right? When you know how to integrate those two energies and come into balance and embrace your childlike self, that is a big part of reversing the aging process. So don't let narcissistic people deter you, take you away from this process of experimentation and learning how to be a master manifestor and learning how to transform and create what it is that you desire in your life, whether that be with your health, whether that be in your relationships, whether that be with your money, whatever it is. I highly encourage you to maybe keep what you are doing to yourself, so that you don't have to deal with that projection from narcissistic people, okay? Because they don't get into action. They don't believe, right, in the possibilities. They don't believe in the magic of life, okay? And I'm here to tell you how magical it can actually get. I'm really excited to share some of the things here soon on my channel that I have manifested that are so mind-blowing that most people are not going to believe, but it's because I believe that this is possible. I have no doubts in my mind at this point that I can manifest whatever I desire in time if I am patient and I self-love and I do the work to transform on every level. So that's what I have to share with you guys today, and I hope you have a beautiful one.